Alright, so ignore that part. My computer just likes, when it turns the video camera on, I don't know why it turns everything kind of yellowy. If you saw like the first like split second of this, I'm just holding a white piece of paper in front of the webcam fixes that. Let me see. I am really, really awful at this, and I just go off on a tangent and like then come off on a story on that. So I'm going to try really hard to stick to like kind of like a linear, consecutive thing. Let me see. My name is Annie. I am currently a resource moderator on Caution. My username is a little bit confusing right now. As I'm currently filming it, it's Back It Up Banks, which was Elizabeth Banks' nickname on the side of the Hunger Games, which I thought was hilarious. 'Cause I guess she's got a badonk. Um, but I am in the next day or so changing my name, so probably by the time this is uploaded, my username or my caution name, I don't know what you call it, caution name's not your URL, it will be Annie Undresta, which is just kind of a dirty take on Annie Cresta. So I've got a little Hunger Games thing going on there. Besides Hunger Games, I love, love, love Harry Potter. I grew up with it. Read it in fourth, fourth or fifth grade. I know I was reading Goblet of Fire in sixth grade. I started reading it just as Goblet of Fire came out. I can't remember years on that, maybe like 2000. Basically the story, and I think this is a hilarious story, so I share it, of how I started reading Harry Potter is what was I doing? I was reading like the Scholastic, they give you like these Scholastic newsletters, and for class we had to like read them and summarize them, and there was one of someone holding a baby by their hair, and I thought that was really awful. I was like, what, why would you do that? And so I was like, okay, I'm going to read this book. That was like my reasoning. I want to know what happens. I'm going to read the book. And I actually ended up reading Prisoner of Azkaban. I didn't even read the first one first. Read Prisoner of Azkaban first. Fell in love. Realized it wasn't the first book. Went back, read Sorcerer's Philosopher's Stone. And then Chamber of Secrets, and finally found out why they hold babies by their hair, because they're not babies, they're mandrakes. Um, so I love Harry Potter and the Hunger Games. Once Upon a Time is kind of like my new like obsession. It's like the one show I would watch when it aired on TV. Almost everything else I'd watch online like 2 or 3 days later. Also love Gossip Girl. I admit that it kind of sucks now, but I am a huge, huge Dare shipper. Like I think they're so precious. I love them, and I'm probably going to get people like booing me because they like Chuck, and I don't like Chuck at all. Um, yeah, the first two seasons were awesome. They kind of suck now, but I'm really emotionally attached to the characters, so I keep watching. What else is there that I like? I'm reading Game of Thrones right now. I love it. It's really super addictive, and I like read like 2 chapters before I go to bed, even though I'm exhausted every night. I'm kind of reading like 50 pages of it, 50, 75, and then watching the episode. So I'm only on episode 4 of the first season. So no spoilers. I have like all my friends have been watching it, and they're like, ah, I want to like make a Game of Thrones reference, but I can't because you haven't read the book or you haven't seen the show. They're like all about the second season. I'm like, dude, guys, I'm just learning stuff right now. But I would like to tell you guys, now that I got kind of like a few things out of the way, I would like to tell you guys about an adventure I had. So I filmed my first take of this, and I went to go see if the video lines up pretty well with the audio and just how it looks. And I was really grumpy, and I was like talking in a monotonous voice, and I was like looking down, and it was just really boring, and I didn't like it. I didn't think that I should portray myself like that on video, so I decided maybe it's because I'm kind of sleepy or something, and I want to get myself a cup of Starbucks. Just delicious, and I'm kind of addicted to it. But Starbucks is literally like a 3 minute walk down the street, and I went there, and it was great, and I got my coffee, and I walked back, and I tried to get into my building, and I swiped my card. It doesn't let me in. It's like, oh, great. Because this happened yesterday. Our student IDs expired because we graduated. Even though we're supposed to have access to all these buildings to do our job, they just took away our access randomly on a Tuesday after we've been working here for 3 weeks of being graduates. Whatever. So we went down and we got access put on new cards, actually. Like my old one used to say student, but I'm not a student anymore. I'm a temporary employee. So, ooh, look, that's me. That was me when I was 18. Um, yeah, we got new ones put in. They worked. We went out to dinner. We came back. It worked perfectly fine. I go out for coffee this morning and it's not working. And to fix this, I went into work, which was right across the street from Starbucks, and I just talked to my boss. Do you guys want to know what I'm wearing when I'm talking to my boss? This is what I'm wearing. I am wearing a cut out Back to the Future shirt. Look at this. This is what I slept in. And sweatpants. I was in sweatpants from high school. Let's say guard on my butt, talking to my boss. Oh, that was great. But I have access put on there, hopefully till the end of August. If not, I will be a very, very annoyed person. Because, seriously, like, the worst thing ever is being in your pajamas and having your cup of coffee and wanting to go home and not being able to. It's really awful. Let's see, role playing, role playing, role playing. I should probably talk about role playing, right? Here I was thinking I can make a quick, like, 5-minute video and, like, oh, you guys all talk so much. And I'm here like 6.5 minutes if this thing is right. But I, like most of you, started role playing on Neopets. However, I didn't role play in like the role playing forum boards. I joined like guilds, and then from those, which was like clubs, from those I joined like a Warrior Cats one, I think it was, which is how I learned what role playing was, and it was like really awful. Like Squirrel Tail pounced on the mouse and hissed angrily. I like to make fun of it a lot, which is funny because that's like how I started. But quickly from that, I moved to Harry Potter, which is where I met my online best friend, and she's still my best friend. And it was her birthday, so you guys should all go and wish her a happy belated birthday. Her username on Caution is Vitamin Vera space exclamation point. And it was just her birthday. I love you. A heart. That's a heart. There we go. Um, yeah, so from there I moved on. Actually, pretty quickly, once because I moved pretty quickly straight onto Envision Free. Actually, joined Red Carpet and Rebellion, and at one point I wanted to be an admin on a site, a roleplay site, not a resource site, and I applied, and they'd already found people on Caution, and I wanted to know what this Caution was. And so I found it, and I've been here ever since. I love it. Let me check. How long have I been on Caution? Oops, that's Starbucks. Since August 2nd, 2009. I think I don't know. Maybe I was on there before, and I don't remember. But my account has been there since 2009. Let me see. I have a lot of favorite playbys, mostly because, did I say this already? I honestly can't remember if I said this already. I've done like 3 takes within the past like 15 minutes. But my favorite playbys kind of switched because I don't like reusing the same ones, and they get stuck kind of in my head as the character. So if I've used a playby for like 2 weeks or something, I'm totally fine with reusing them. I did that with a Julia Sonner character. I used her for 2 weeks as a undercover blogger, music critic, fashion thing. I don't know. I used her and didn't dig the site, and I left. And now I use her for Lavender, and I've used her for like a good 7 or 8 months now. Um, Lavender Brown on a Harry Potter site, my Harry Potter site, and I don't think I'd be able to use her for someone else. Like it would take me a really long time. It took me like 2 years to stop thinking of Penn Badgley as like the specific character on an old site, and finally I use him as well. And then there's like Miley Cyrus and Cole Moore, and I don't know. I've used a lot of playbys just because of that. I used her name was Molly, and she was a single mom, and I don't remember who I used for that. Oh, I used Barbara Palvin for that. And I feel really awkward saying all their names because I'm really self-conscious that I might be mispronouncing them, so don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me if I don't know people's names. But then I also have favorite playbys that I've never used, and they're my favorites because I love like the people that played them, like Sam Way and some people, a lot of people have played some awesome Chase Crawford characters. Let me see who else was there. I'm like trying like really hard not to like um who did he use. There was an awesome Louis Weasley that one of my friends played like 3 or 4 years back, and I will never see Louis as anyone else. Like I don't know, he was a ginger. That's all I remember. Louis Weasley. I keep saying like first names of like Harry Potter characters, like everyone should know them. I'm really sorry about that. I mostly only roleplay Harry Potter. I almost exclusively did post Potter, like Harry's Kids generation. But now I'm running currently a Potter era site, which takes place 5 years after the end of Deathly Hallows, before the epilogue. So all the Harry Potter characters are in their mid 20s, which is really fun actually because I don't really like the idea of role playing a character or like something that's happening. Like I don't want to like re-role play the fifth book. Like I know what happens. I read it like a billion times. Um, but yeah, we don't know anything about those 19 years, and now we do. Like now we do. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. This video really kind of sucks, and it would be pretty funny if I actually posted it because I'm going on for 11 minutes about God knows what. I like cats. I'm seriously, I'm just like looking around my room looking for things that like I could talk about. I like Harry Potter. You can see my Hufflepuff thing there. I have a cat calendar over there, and I have a squid with my name on it. Hold on, can I get the squid in? There. That is my real name, which I'm not like shy about. I'm not like hiding it for like safety purposes. I just like I started going by Annie. Um, God, it was years ago. It was probably like 7 or 8 years ago that I started going by Annie, um, because I used to babysit my mom's friend's son, and he was a year old. He couldn't pronounce the name Anita, so he just called me like Annie, so like just like the first two syllables of it. And I just kind of morphed that into Annie. I was like, hey, look, I have an alias, and it just feels weird when people like when I go by that. I'll go by that if there's another person named Annie on the site because it might be their real name, and that would feel weird for me to make them switch their real name when this isn't even really my real name. But yeah, I guess you can call me Anita if you want. Who knows? Maybe one day I will come out and reveal myself like other staffers have. I think I'm going to stop this because this is a monster 13 minutes and a half. And so, bye. You guys can PM me whenever you want. I always like say that, and when people introduce themselves, I'm like, shoot me a PM whenever you want to talk to me. Do it because no one does. No one sends me Tumblr asks. No one wants to talk to me. I don't have any friends. That was really unattractive. I'm sorry. Bye. Caution, go away. Bye.